Hi everybody, this is Larry up in Brandon, Minnesota. A lot of people know me by my rain gutter grow system, a system that I came up with a few years ago because I got tired of the two bucket global bucket type style system, which worked great, but you just had to constantly water it and maintain it. So I had designed the rain gutter system where I used the rain gutter. It's supported by 2x4s, and where the 5-gallon bucket's set on top of the 2x4s, and the net cup that I use protrudes down into the water and absorbs through capillary action the water up into water the plants. And then I also install a float to maintain that water level. So basically you plant the system and you're done until harvest. It's pretty incredible. I'm really proud to say that thousands of people all over the world are building the system now, and we get postings all the time. I'll have links below this video. Click the show more button, and to our group page on Facebook. We've got over 1,500 members with some of the most incredible rain gutter grow systems you've seen on rooftops and different countries and variations. Well, anyway, to get to the point what I want to have this video about is I started out with the rain gutter system, and that has been very successful. And then I moved on. I had all these plants last year in grow bags. I had potted them up. I didn't have my other rain gutters set up, so I put them in Walmart shopping bags because I had heard and read quite a bit, and I've always wanting to evolve and make a better system about the air pruning of roots, which our grow bags are famous for, but they're a little spendy. So I was looking at Walmart bags, and they're recycled polypropylene plastic, and then what I did is, so I took some potting mix and I put that in the actual grow bags, and to make them self-watering, I set them in these little kiddie pools. Maintain only a couple inches of water, would put an overflow in case it rained, excess water would run out, and had phenomenal success with that. Well, then we evolved on to the pop bottle garden, where I take 2-liter pop bottles, and you can see the phenomenal success that that's had. And then I came up finally with what I call the hybrid system, a system where I put 4-inch sewer pipe in the ground and put the top of it with plastic, so you set a grow bag on top of that with a net cup that's protected by fabric so the roots don't grow into the 4-inch sewer pipe. And that would set on top so it doesn't wick back into the ground. And that has just had phenomenal success for me. Well, that's just my nature. I'm constantly looking for different ways to expand or come up with new ideas to improve it. Okay, long before I had invented the rain gutter grow system, I was a road musician for 15 years, played all over the United States and Canada, had my own band, played 6 nights a week, and met my wife in North Dakota and settled down, moved to Brainerd, back my hometown is Aiken, east of here, and got back around, and I was just looking for different things to do. Got into harvesting some night crawlers, because I had always messed around with the kids, and I was always fascinated by them. Read books about it, and could you raise them and harvest them? Anyway, we got into harvesting night crawlers. I come up with a unique way of harvesting them. And me and my wife did that for a while, and it graduated into a bait business. I got into the live bait business. And I had come up with a live bait system I invented, and I put that out in convenience stores, and I would service them with the live bait. Well, so I have a background in it. Well, I have a friend of mine, Jim Hiller, who's from Crosby, Minnesota, about 15 miles east of here. And Jim was a good friend of mine, and I would deliver bait to his bait shop. And at the same time, Jim was the postmaster for Crosby at that time. Well, he retired from that, went into the bait shop full time. His wife helped him out with that. And he built a phenomenal building. I mean, I'm talking about a 40 by 80 building, heated floors, everything. And what was he raising? European night crawlers. Incredible. He had went to a clinic, learned how to do it, come back, built this building. I mean, he went all in. And he was supplying wholesale bait dealers all over the country with these European night crawlers. So, of course, I'm picking Jim's mind about this stuff, and Jim is showing me this, and I got some of them, I raised some. They're really a fascinating worm, and the reason they're so fascinating is they're a much larger worm than your red wiggler. They grow, I had some large ones I got from Jim and fed them up, and they almost were as big as a Canadian nightcrawler. I mean, they grew really, really nice size. And the beautiful thing is they love warm weather. You don't have to refrigerate them like you do a Canadian nightcrawler. You can keep them at room temperature. They love 70, 80 degrees. So anyway, okay, that's my background in the bait business. So let's take it to the next step. Well, my first real good experience with gardening then was Jim. I had got some of his worm castings from all these worms he was raising, and I put it out in the fenced-in area, had a front, and made a garden, and I planted. I mean, I planted very intensively in it, and stuff grew phenomenal. This is when I started getting into VermiCulture, understanding that worm compost is some of the best in the world. It's incredible. And so I had a little background on that. Well, this is how I want to incorporate this whole background of the live bait business and the worms and everything into a new concept I'm thinking about. The rain gutter growth system meets VermiCulture. And what I would like to do, and I'm going to experiment with, as I was going to order some European nightcrawlers because Jim had sold his business and no longer in it. But I had a friend of mine, Tyler Falcom, who I used to work with, is in North Dakota working, or Montana, and he started raising. I started telling him about this, and he got excited, and he started raising some last winter. I just got off the phone with him a little while. I'm going to go pick up a bin of some European nightcrawlers from him in the morning. I'm pretty excited about that. What I want to do is this. I want to take like a Walmart grow bag, or I call them a Walmart grow bag. It's a Walmart shopping bag that I use as a grow bag. Fill it with, and here's another thing, rabbit manure. Okay, rabbit manure is really unique in the fact that it's high in nitrogen, but you can use it fresh. I mean, right out of the rabbit, it will not burn plants, and worms would love it to eat. Matter of fact, a lot of guys actually have worms growing right under their rabbit cages. They have the worms love the rabbit manure falls down, and they compost it. So the whole idea is to go with a larger worm like a European nightcrawler, which would have not only a composting benefit of composting right in the bag while I'm growing plants, but also a secondary market, as you could use it for your own fishing bait or sell them, So this is kind of exciting. I'm getting kind of pumped about this. Here's my concept and what I'd like to do. I have a recipe for making your own inexpensive potting mix, which I'll post underneath this video. In that, I say you can use horse manure, cow manure. What I'm going to do is use rabbit manure. 1 5-gallon bucket of rabbit manure, 2 5-gallon buckets of good peat. And then what I will do, and then you can put some vermiculite or perlite in it to loosen it up a little bit so it doesn't compact, which works great. I want to incorporate the worms right into the bag. The whole idea is they will eat the rabbit manure, create VermiCulture, the castings, which will just supercharge the plants. You got the benefit of that. They're going to really make it more readily available for the plants. So this is what I'm going to have some fun about. I'm going to try that. I want to set it up like in a kiddie pool. So if some worms would escape, one thing I do know about worms is, from studying it quite a bit, is they breathe through their skin. If they would crawl out, they would crawl into the water, which has some oxygen, and they'll be fine. I can take them up, put them back. If they would crawl out at night, I've even thought about what I could do is like little Christmas tree lights over the bags that would be on a timer. It would come on at dusk or whatever, and that would keep them from crawling. And then I would mulch the top. I haven't decided yet. Maybe either put some burlap on top. I could feed food scraps right under there, making VermiCulture, and it's going to be fun. So this is my concept, okay? The rain gutter growth system meets VermiCulture, meets worms, and you can have your own fishing bait, no shot. Of course, I have a limited time. I'm in Minnesota, and it's running late in the season, but I just want to jump into doing this. I will keep the worms throughout the winter inside and start this off right away in the spring. But I want to get a jump on it, at least do it. For some of you people down south, you can do this. You know, so that's why I think it'll be really exciting to see where this is going to go. Anyway, I'm picking up the worms in the morning. When I get the stuff planted, or I'm going to pick up some worm poo and plant some plants and get it ready going. I want to experiment, and I'll follow up with some more video on it. But I just thought it might be kind of fun, just to play around. This is me. This is my nature. I love to expand, and if it would work, and the worms grow, and you have marketable worms, and you create VermiCulture. When you get all done, you harvest your plant, you harvest your worm cavity, you can sell the worm cavity. I mean, it's kind of crazy. That's my idea, guys. It's going to be fun tomorrow, and I'll be putting that up, and I'll post another video as soon as I get something ready to plant and I start adding the worms. Okay? This is Larry up in Brainerd. Ciao.